Chapter 1. Desperately Seeking Someone. Finding Mr. or Ms. Right. For a large number of people in our society, finding someone to share their lives with is becoming increasingly difficult. Communication technologies enable us to stay in touch with more of our friends and colleagues, but that same digital connection has also isolated us to the point that development of interpersonal relationships built on physical presence and interaction has become the exception and not the rule. People today share all kinds of personal details about their lives online to 1,000 viewers, but that kind of transparency is rarely parlayed into actually building an intimate relationship with one person, a person that might become a suitable marriage partner in the future. Another obstacle to finding a mate is the fast pace of life in today's American society. Many young adults are pursuing careers while upgrading their skills with part-time school or training. This leaves little opportunity for the time-consuming task of cultivating a meaningful relationship that may lead to the commitment of marriage. In addition to this, there's the false expectation of how one ought to be living by a certain age. For example, young couples mistakenly think that they should have a standard of living equal to their parents while they're in their 20s, not realizing that their parents have probably struggled for many years in order to live as they do now. This false expectation has forced young couples to delay marriage until after college is completed or careers are in gear, and families are begun when women are in their late 20s, 30s, and beyond. We no longer live in closely knit families surrounded by familiar communities where friendships, dating, and marriage are a natural part of the lifestyle. For example, your cousin would introduce you to a friend, or you dated your brother's buddy. Today, people are increasingly insulated in their personal cocoons. They are emotionally self-sufficient, connected to the world by their digital devices, and see family only at Thanksgiving. As I mentioned before, young men and women do not have the natural network of family and neighbors that once facilitated the meeting of eligible and known partners. Example, someone in your family or neighborhood circle knew your new boyfriend's family, background, and reputation. Today, contacts are manufactured in singles bars, singles weekends, or singles groups at church. It is often difficult to meet someone in a natural, non-threatening way. Add all of this to the general misunderstanding that both men and women have concerning their defined roles in marriage. For example, you don't know what to look for in a spouse if you don't understand what the role of a man or woman should be in marriage. What you end up with is a generation of single people desperate in their search for someone, but never quite sure where to look or what that someone should be like. As Christians, we're blessed because God provides His Word to guide not only the married, but the unmarried in their search for happiness. With this in mind, let's review some helpful guidelines that single people and unmarrieds, divorced or widowed, can follow in their successful search for a spouse. 1. Don't be desperate. One of the most anxious times in our lives is when we want to be married, but we're not. She wants to settle down and start a family. He is lonely and wants to share his life with someone. She sees her friends getting married and feels that she's being left behind. He is having trouble dealing with his sexual desires. She is a mother who's always dropping hints as to why she can't find a good man. For all those seeking a mate, all these little things seem to say, everybody in the whole world is married except me. Desperation leads people to do some pretty foolish things. For example, you will make the decision that marriage must not be for you, and in order to save yourself the disappointment, you'll stop being available and consequently be tempted to let yourself go emotionally and physically. You'll compromise your morals in order to move a relationship forward. Some use sex, others abandon core beliefs or make promises they do not intend to keep, just to become part of the married ones.